see you masked up, do anything for money and clout, cause you gassed up. Now I could be wrong, and I ain't trying to prolong, but these images you project and keep us singing the sad songs. The love of money is the root of all evil, so every time you draw us for blood, like a needle, I just have to paint the picture, so I definitely need an easel, so you can see deceptions and the depth of all perceptions, misdirections, the tricks to keep you put behind bars, cause a lion won't be a king if he don't fight through the scars. Say that I can feel your pain, like you poke voodoo dolls, and putting our hands on y'all will not further the cause. Pause. Systematic oppression in the dissection keeps us in the circle of circumspection for our protection, and because of our complexion, no power, no connection, they will question your honor while we stand in objection. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, death is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, death is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. If I was you, I see why you be mad at me. Inherited the pedigree, school of practicality, focused on reality, illuminating tragedy. No time to be coy, you niggas murderers, revenge bring us tears of joy. Fresh broad red strokes of infrared beams, symbolisms you learn while enforcing the catechism. You claim to love your people, but champions of division, creating your own isms, thus makes you a schism. No matter how you slice it, it's like you hit a lick but couldn't determine what the price is. Pointing finger guns because death is what suffices. Freely a shooter but yet a slave to these devices. I'm just speaking real. How many of us traumatized for you to rise? Guess you aiming for the Pulitzer Prize that's in the sky. Hope it's worth the sacrifice of your brothers and all the mothers that cry because you felt like your people were fit to die. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, death is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, death is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. Yeah.
Chicago faces an epidemic of gun violence. This year alone, more than 2,100 people have been shot, more than 400 killed.
The U.S. has recorded its highest increase in rates of homicide in modern history.
I know people who can't walk from their house to the store without a gun on them.
Why is that a reality? Why do people feel like they have to have a gun on them?
Because people getting killed left and right. It's sad.
I got shot twice now. I could have been gone, but I'm still here, so that's God. I know that's with me. So this hell on earth.
It's hell on earth?
Yeah, it's hell on earth.
I guess I should ride with Lex. They talk about man. It's about time, so no curses to her end. You can try to run when you're going into the you gotta fall, never rise. That's the melody. What you get the dog right, get another legacy.
Gotta do the shit. When I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her over, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking shooting, soldier seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to her enemies. You can try to run when you're gone, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, don't get another legacy.
It's about time, send the curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run, where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. They don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't muscle, we desire, gotta disagree. Sorry, one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, sending curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Music gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
All right, this is Rudy's speech, man. We got Captain Tower in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rudy's speech, man. I'll break it down right quick.
Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got a million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. These fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4 pound gun you down like a cougar. My combat boots or is it boom words? None of it rumor, all truth, very fat, very large, very small gap, pistols, ladders, and all that. But switching to Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim. We ain't really got beat. Yeah, Ramak with a bin shot. You the best rhymer, Synth Pac and Big Papa, Big Llama, Big Juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No infarmer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring karma. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West will put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no, we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the business and fam remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my brain ain't the buck. That's getting fouled. Shoot you like a heat spitting and a nigga the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you don't need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater and bark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
Kohl's February clearance event for savings you don't want to miss. Save up to 80% after an extra.
Homie, I've been one who has bred, one who has vetted, one who has.
Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Handle like the teddy bears. I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip. I lead a scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't on Westworld. Best believe we not gonna stand big titties on a drum. The stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord. Call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his front tear. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas. So let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT. I tell him God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me, that's suicide. Of course, I sound cocky to a glizzy eater. Fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode. I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. I wanna be like yeah, Kyrie. They wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found the tribe, and then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time. No questions asked. We come and find you. His problems, my problems. And I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style. I'm standing on shit in my product. I take from the crowd. Tell them all throw in the tile. Half moon with a silencer. Make it sound like a howl. We the shit. We about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown. When I take it, I'm proud. I get the order. Bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fat. There go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for you. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time. No questions asked. We come and find you. His problems, my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit on my product. I take my pride. Tell them all, throw in the time. Throw in the time. Heavy is the head with the crown. When I take it, I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back, wait with a smile, nigga.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You be a Jew, you Nas. This ain't a star dumb, a gun that would die. Yeah, Easy told the truth. The person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We was slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Yo, menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. UPK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil who is, I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he get them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel. Everybody cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. Absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the Lord. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about it anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas. Get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and with you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steps, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit
From Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make more. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it. Feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Pay my dues, never left a wage, I just rage roar. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Stood against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing. Dog, I plan to keep you. Lose your mind where I'm from. I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul. Losing times, waste a steady pace, and you off track. I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping He can save you. But the power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest. They gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past. Don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains. So when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad and rap this since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire. When you hear it, you get baptized. One West world. Yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast. Let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face. Let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck. Burnt out I was from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drought.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past. Don't be a story in my page.
Yo, this be actually really hard.
UBK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Dog, Tennessee, all that business. Hey, get the money, hey. I don't know the fuck going on out there,
I get the money, nigga. Chase the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slay for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that, but now they come around. Can't even come around. Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up VVS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot about a nigga or a bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get your spill. I ain't little flip, getting pimped up by the hills. I'm a straight G-Do, getting paper like a miso. That's how coast. If we find the hang, we can't about it bang, boy, we rep the same. Nigga try to talk, but we rep that murder game. Get your ass pop, ain't nothing to a G. All up, bitches wanna fuck, but hell no, I don't pay no fee. Bitches lead too geek, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas live in hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling you.
Hell ain't no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. Any bitches train up, chain is sold me. For it is better weapon. Be careful, be careful. Like a rob on nigga ass don't even need a weapon. And you be represented, and you be very respected. And if you got a problem, then your way better address. You cross that line, we show no mercy. I ain't says you put it in, you got no purse. You became so I ain't never worried. I'm putting on both of them hands dirty. For real, I learned from the OGs. I'm a young nigga, but I'm a certified priest. And not from Tennessee. In this minute-turn that I gotta keep my heat. You should play it safe, and we gon' play with keys. For real.
All right, clap it up, clap it up. All right, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Kathar. While Yahweh Shemal Thaba Shem Yahushai. This is Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commanding General Yohana. And to my left, your right probably, is Priest and Officer K out of War. Clap it up, you know what I'm saying? The water for the brother joining me for class tonight. Strong brother, we holding it down in this truth. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown class. So any questions you have, you know what I'm saying, concerning the Bible, concerning, you know, what's going on here in America, any topic, you know what I'm saying, you want to bring up a question about, the questions that you can't ask your pastor, the questions that you can't ask your Muslim imam, you know what I'm saying? The questions that's always been plaguing you about the scriptures and what they mean, and you not being able to get any understanding, no matter where you turn. This is the place where you can ask those questions and you can get a biblical answer. You can type in your questions in the chat. We monitoring them all. We sitting up here, you know what I'm saying, waiting for the questions to be asked, and not while we trying to wake up our brothers and sisters on the street. You understand? Everybody choose that they won't choose to ask the questions in class where we can have a educated dialogue. They choose to come up and ask the questions in the middle of us trying to wake up brothers and sisters on the street corner in America. You know, these street corners here in America where the Christian pastor won't come. That's where we go. We are out on the corner every Saturday, the Lord allow, right downtown Charlotte, trying to wake up our brothers and sisters. And here we come get a naysayer that asks all the questions that they can just, you know, gladly step in our free class and ask. You understand? Under the guidelines that we have this class that, you know, is designed and set up for learning. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to type in your questions, any questions that you may have. We're here to service Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and wake them up, tell them the truth according to these scriptures as given orders to us by the men above us. You know what I'm saying? The captains, you know, the generals, you know what I'm saying? And all the way up to the head of this nation at this time, Commanding General Yohana. We want to mention before we get started, you know what I'm saying, our 54th Lord's annual Passover is coming up, starting March the 29th through April the 2nd, you know what I'm saying, with the actual Passover being April 1st. It's going down right in Raleigh, North Carolina, the Raleigh Convention Center. That's 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. You understand? We'll be giving the full announcement in the class, but every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that's hearing hearing my voice right now, you're commanded, not, you know, invited, but you're commanded to be at the Passover. So says the Most High in these scriptures. Not Abraham, you know what I'm saying? Not even commanding General Yohana, but the Lord. You understand? The Most High power is commanding all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be at the Passover. The Lord's 54th annual Passover that's going down on April 1st. So that is a commandment. And if you believe these scriptures and you believe you love the Most High, then you should be at this Passover. You have to be there. It's a commandment that you be there. You know what I'm saying? You know who we won't see there, K of the War? We won't see Pastor Pork Chop there. We won't see all these churches on every block, in a 100-mile radius. You got 100,000 churches. They will not be at the Passover. Why? Because the Christian church don't believe the Bible. They don't follow the Bible. They're just a whole bunch of talk. They're just a whole bunch of blah 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 coming out their mouth, and they never follow what they say they follow. They're hypocrites in that Christian church, and that's what Christianity makes you, a hypocrite. You understand? We won't see all these mega churches file up in the Passover. It just won't happen. You understand? The Christian church doesn't teach us how to follow these scriptures. Understand? So if there's any questions, if there's no questions, you know what I'm saying, we'll keep it pushing. We'll go right to Zephaniah 2:1, and we'll start there.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Gather together, O nation not desired. And that's exactly what's going to be going down as a commandment from the Most High on April 1st. And is that we're going to be gathering together to commemorate the time that the Lord slaughtered our enemies. You know what I'm saying? While we was in captivity in Egypt, you know what I'm saying, the Lord sent the death angel to come and slaughter the firstborn of all the Egyptian houses. And ultimately that was, the final blow that Egypt had to take before they thrusted us out of there. You understand? They thrust us out of Egypt. Said us, you know what I'm saying? They didn't usher us out. They said, get out quickly. And that just describes how America gonna be, man. America gonna go down so quick where we're gonna be, you ain't gonna have no choice but to separate from America. It's going on right now. It's going on right now. It's a separation happening here in America. Everybody's falling away, coming out of those Christian churches. All the Christian churches is, shutting down and locking up. You understand? Because they can't gather enough revenue. You got the Jehovah's Witness that's straight up, going into overdrive because they suffering as well. You understand? All these things are happening, and it's happening for a reason, man. It's setting it right up for Christ to come back. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And until he comes back, while he's on the way back, and the time that it takes for him to come back, we should gather ourselves together. We should start to change our lives and shed ourselves of the world. So when he comes back, we can receive mercy, man. We can receive some mercy from the Most High. You understand? And we can be counted in the number, so as they say. So we can be amongst those ones that are not being destroyed with this earth, with this world. You understand? But we'll be, with our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, caught up in those chariots, man. So that's where we want to be. We want to gather ourselves together, just like this scripture is saying. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's time to wake up, man. It's time to wake up and realize who we really are. And since we are, waking up, and since we're waking up and realizing who we really are, it's time to change our ways and start to reflect in our actions who we are, who the Lord says we are, man. We're the Lord's chosen people. We are the lost 12 tribes of Israel, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And that means something. That means that we have to live our lives a certain way. We have to carry ourselves a certain way. We have to, certain things that we can do and we can't do. There's certain laws, statutes, and commandments that was left in this Bible that we have to abide by. And that we pushing it hard here in the Isupk under Commander General Yohana, that we have to abide by these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what separates us from a nation, man. That's what separates us from all the other people on the earth. Is our morals, is our standard of living. That's what determines us, and as the Israelites versus any other nation. America has their laws, and that's what distinguished them over here in America. You understand? Britain has its laws, and that's what distinguished them as Brits over there in Britain. Each civilization, each country, each group of people, each nationality, they have their land and their laws. You understand? Well, what's the law for black people? What's the law for Hispanic people? What's the law for the Native Indians? What's the statutes and commandments that we should be living by? It's those ones in the Bible, man. It's those rules and regulations set by the Most High in the Bible. You understand? Let's go to Titus. Let's go to Titus chapter 1 and verse 16. Titus chapter 1 and verse 16. May have to start one verse above it.
This is the book of Titus chapter 1 and verse 15. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
Right. There's nothing pure to these nothing that they do is pure to ones who don't believe. You know what I'm saying? And we're not talking about these other nations. We're talking about our people. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? We got so-called Easter coming up. You know what I'm saying? When people should be dedicating themselves to attending the Passover, we got brothers and sisters that's lining up right now, out of war, picking out their Easter suit, picking out what Stacey Adams they gonna wear and how they gonna get geared up to attend Sunday morning service and get it knocked out for this one time a year that they go to church. You understand? We don't have the masses of our people that's gearing up towards Passover. That's why we pushing this Passover so hard, is that that's what we should be focusing on. You understand? To the defile, all things are defiled. You understand? Even when they try to do good, because they unbelieving, they still do the wrong thing. Go ahead.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Even in their mind, they defile. Why? Because they thinking about Easter. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't have the Most High on their mind. They don't have the truth on their mind. I run across them every day. People who live their life, and they live their life just to float along, just to get by. You know what I'm saying? Remember that song, Just to Get By? That's how they live their life. And I can't live my life that way. When there should be a drive in you that wants to be right, that wants to be on the right side of things. You know what I'm saying? It should be a force in you that makes you examine yourself to make sure you're in good standing with the Most High. It's natural to want to be a righteous man, a righteous woman, and it's almost is something that we're losing as a nation. That unction, that urge to want to be right. We just want to, kind of, hey man, I'm just here, everybody YOLO, and you only live once, and when you time up, you know what I'm saying? They just float along. Now, I don't want to just float along. I want to know that, hey, when time comes for the Most High to give out the judgment that this society deserves, I don't want to be a part of that punishment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of the destruction that's coming into America, the war that's coming to America, as so prophesied in the scriptures. I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I refuse. I know everybody knows we living in the last days, Cal. Well, they know that this world is coming to an end with all the shootings and all the violence that's going on, all the bloodshed that we have to witness every day. They know that this world coming to an end, but yet and still they just float along. They just, hey, and you right? Oh, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Long as I have a good time. Fun is more important than being righteous to the Most High. Damn that, man. I want to make sure that the Most High knows that I'm not trying to come against him. You understand? This Bible is plain and clear. And if you're not on the Lord's side, you are against the Lord. You understand? That's just plain and simple. There's no in between it, no, cutting it halfway. Look, the Lord either looks at you as on his side or not on his side. Period. So where you want to be? I want to be on his side. You know what I'm saying? I want to be. Hey, look, when the Lord sees Abraham, I want him to look at me like, yeah, he good. You good. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I want him to look at me and be like, him, get him too, but lump him with the rest of them. Nah, hell no. No. That ain't gonna be me. And every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian should have that same gumption, man. That same drive to say, look, I'm not gonna be a part of the ones that get in the wrath of the Most High when he comes back. Because everybody know Christ coming back. Everybody know this world ending. How you think it's gonna end? You think it's gonna end with a bunch of lilies and violets and rainbow showers? Man, come on, man. The Bible don't even talk about that. The Bible don't even talk about Christ coming back and he just kissing and hugging everybody. The Lord just grabbing everybody, wrapping everybody in love. That ain't in the scriptures. That ain't there. You know what I'm saying? The Christians made that rapture mess up, man. The Christians made that rapture up. And when you look up rapture in the dictionary, it's an orgasm, man. That's what rapture of love. That was caught up in the rapture. Man, nah, The Bible don't talk about none of that. The Bible talk about great gloomy day, a day of destruction, a day that's dark. It's going to be very, very dark. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible does not talk about rainbows of loving, candy dropping out the sky like those Skittle commercials, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what the end of the world looks like. So keep going, Salaki.
Verse 16. They profess that they know the Most High. But in works they deny him.
Man, every Christian, Muslim, so-called, every religion on the planet profess to know God. They profess that God is the Catholics, you know what I'm saying? They all, the Mormons, they all of them confess to know God. And we just have such close, like the Lord every night come down and sit by their bed and talk to them like, how you doing, my child? What's going on with you today? That's how all the religions act, man. But really, the scripture saying they with their works, they far from the Lord. Read it again.
Comes book of Titus chapter 1 verse 16. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him.
They profess and You know, they'll tell you 1,000,000 times they know God over and over, and they know who God is, and it's about a personal relationship. And we here in the UPK always wonder what that personal relationship is, what that look like. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not some simp, man. The Lord is not some simp, and I don't know what the hell these women think the Lord is. Where the Lord just coming, who is that caressing them at night? K out of war. I don't know who it is. It's Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Who is it? It's Jody. You know what I'm saying? That's who it is. As, you know, the military say when them boys go off on them leave, Jody gonna come in the back door. Jody creeping in the back door. Man, I don't know who these Christian women think holding them at night. Talking about they can feel the hand of the Lord. No, you can't feel the hand of the Lord. You're lying. That's your own hand. You know what I'm saying? That's your hand. Because if the Lord look, Moses couldn't even stand to see the backside of the Lord. Couldn't stand to see his back. So I know if the Lord touched you, you couldn't stand it. I know if it touched you, you can't stand it. If Moses a righteous brother. You understand? Moses was a righteous man. Moses was favored by the Lord, chosen by the Lord to free the children of Israel from Egypt. Man, so I know if Moses couldn't stand to look upon his back, I know you Christian, you hot tail women can't stand a touch. You would disintegrate, man. You understand? Go ahead.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
In Exodus 20:19, where it says, and they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not the Most High speak with us, lest we die. They looking at what happened. They like, this dude gonna kill us.
Right.
The Most High gonna kill
like
us.
You can Moses couldn't even stand to look at him. So I know if the Lord speak, we gonna die. They say, hey, look, Moses, look, just tell the Lord to tell you, and you come and tell us. You know what I'm saying? Lest we die. So these Christian women, man, I don't know what's holding them in the night where they think it's the Lord. It's not the Lord, man. It is not. I hate to bust everybody's bubble, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? All these Christian women out here thinking they got some kind of special relationship with the Lord. That's not the Lord. And you know what I'm saying? You better somebody tell you the truth than a lie. You know what I'm saying? That is not the Lord. If something is caressing you at night and you think it's the hand of the Lord, you better count your fingers and toes. You understand? You better count all the extremities, because no, it might be your own. Then again, hey, look around. Be aware of your surroundings. Turn on a light. Salakia. Turn on a light. You may have a demon in there with you. I don't know. So that's Salakia. Somebody may be in there with you. So it ain't the Lord though. We can definitely know about it, but the precept the brother pull out, it's not the Lord. That's no. That's not the Lord caressing you in your time of sorrow. You understand? So read it from the top of verse 16.
Comes book of Titus chapter 1 verse 16. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
And right, it's a works that show who you are aligning yourself with. It's your works, man. And you can't be working in the strip club and think you got a special relationship with the Lord. What the hell? You can't be working 4 and 5 and 6 men at a time and thinking that you got some special relationship with the Lord. You understand? You can't be working all the deacons in that Christian church and think you got a special relationship with the Lord. You can't be male or female. You can't be gay and think you got a special relationship with the Lord. You can't be a gay pastor and have a special relationship with the Lord. You understand? You that God you serving is not the God of this Bible. It's not the God of this Bible. You understand? It's a God. You serving somebody. Trust me. You serving somebody, but it's just not the God of this Bible. You understand? It's just not the God of this Bible. It may be another God. You serving another God in that wickedness that you in. You know, if you a sodomite and the LGBTQKQ, that's why it's so all over everywhere because they confused. They don't know what the hell they are. That's how you know it's not of God, because the Most High is not a God of confusion. You know what I'm saying? So go to Deuteronomy 4 and 6. We're gonna get Deuteronomy 4 and 6 real quick.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, and verse 6. Start at verse 5.
Oh yeah, 5. Yeah, there you go.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Right.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of who?
The nation.
In the sight of all these nations, the wisdom that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should have is keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's our wisdom. That's what the Lord. That's the word of the Lord that He left. You understand? And not some whispering in you in your ear at night. I don't know what the hell these Christian pastors are up here talking about. Why is every Christian pastor up here lying, talking about they getting some kind of word, the Lord told me to tell you. What when a Christian pastor started sentence off with that, you automatically know he's finna lie. You understand? Because the Lord, the Lord does not, is not gonna leave a whole book called the Bible here for us, and then turn around and then gotta speak some more word to you. What sense does that make? What sense does that make to leave all these sacred writings from all his major prophets, all these great men that lived a far more better disciplined life than me and you? You understand? That lived better. Christ himself, his words is in this book. But you trying to tell me in all your nastiness and your sexual deviant mind that the Lord is gonna stop what he's doing to come and speak some Christian word to you? Look here, you lying to yourself. And this is the book. This is what this is the word of the Lord right here. This is the word of the Lord that was left for us to govern our lives by, to examine ourselves by. Read it again.
I'm calling verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
You got to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments and do them. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom.
For that's the wisdom. Not some special word you getting out of thin air. I guess I don't know how to explain it, but the Christians think that words just come out of thin air when the Most High has preserved his word in this book called the Bible. And just think about everything that's happened to have caused this book not to survive. You got, takeovers and the Roman siege. You got the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian captivity. You got America's captivity. Where you got so many events that have happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we couldn't possibly have the Bible still. You know what I'm saying? Think about our slavery here in America, where it was, impossible for us to read this book. Think about the time where books had locks and seals on them where you couldn't open the book unless you had a key. You trying to tell me the Bible, this sacred record, is the Lord has allowed it to survive all these hundreds of thousands of years for then now for a Christian nasty pastor to come and say, oh, no, I don't, no, this word didn't come to me out the Bible. It was me. He spoke it directly to me. How arrogant, you know how arrogant you have to be to even form your lips to say something, blasphemous is that the Lord told you something out of thin air when he, commissioned all his prophets to write these, prophets died, man. They chopped Peter's head off. They stoned Stephen. You understand? They killed James. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it, Christians. Stop it. It's time out. It's playtime is over. Playtime is over, man. It's time for us to stop playing these games with one another, man. And come on, and let's come back to the Most High. Let's come back to our power, man. You understand? Now, Cal, if you don't have anything, I'm gonna pull out that video. Pull out that video. Let's pull up this video and let's bring it on home. We're gonna drive it on home like we normally do every Thursday. We're gonna keep bringing out how this society hates black people, how we can pull up different pictures from history where it shows that our brothers and sisters, not only our brothers and sisters, but our children, our young brothers and sisters, 9, 7-year-olds were lynched and murdered under the cruel hand of our slave master. Now, we're going to go into the thinking of a child, and this is white society. This is how white society thinks. And this is what society teaches their children. And we're going to just let K Out of War listen to it. But bear with us. Forgive us for the silent breaks, if there is any silent pauses. But, we're gonna pull this up real quick. And K Out of War is going to play it for you. Again, forgive us for any pauses, but you know what I'm saying? It's real important that we get this, and we're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it up. Right. And once he gets it all squared away, we're gonna hit that play button.
Baseball.
Baseball.
So hit it from the beginning again.
Or baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball over Black History Month?
Baseball.
Why are you choosing that? What about black people?
Because I don't like black people.
Yeah, rewind that back. Hit it back.
Or baseball. Or baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball over Black History Month?
Baseball.
Why are you choosing that? What about black people?
Because I don't like black people.
Hey, that And where the problem is where did he get that from? The father is standing right in the back. The father is right behind him in the back. You understand? Now, hold on 1 second. Now go to Proverbs 22:6. Go ahead.
Come across a video similar to this. It came on CNN. I got the video.
Yeah, pull it up. Now's the time.
See. Well, some children wrote some Black History cards to other Black students, right? So it says Black students receive racist drawings at California elementary school. So here goes the video right here. Wait 1 second.
So one person gave her one, and they were Black History Month cards. So one person gave her one, and then the second child thought they could make a better one.
Those cards came in crayon to her biracial daughter, Chloe, calling her my favorite monkey, on another a stick.
I've seen that. Back it up. Right here it says to my favorite monkey. Well, coming from a child. So just like how where they learning this from.
Right.
Monkey, on another a stick figure hanging from a tree, and another titled my favorite cotton picker. Chloe is in the 6th grade.
She knows she's Black and really embraces her culture, but maybe felt that Black is different. Because before, we are all, Black, Hispanic, white, but it was never in a way that she was felt different.
Or unsafe.
Definitely unsafe.
Marlene Reynoso's daughter is a student at Pepper Tree Elementary School in Upland, California, where she says racial bullying began with these cards, then continued verbally. But this wasn't happening just to her child.
That our daughter was told that she was going to get one too, that it was going to be a slave hanging from a tree and say that you're my favorite slave.
There's what I thought were clouds, but it says cotton. Like it was very detailed, very specific.
They're made out of crayons.
Yes, out of crayons.
And why is he up there with a white woman?
The parents.
You see,
these are the parents of the kids.
You see, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He's sitting up there wondering why his Black daughter is being called a cotton picker, and he's sitting up there with the one that's calling. I'm confused. My brain. I need a General Hyman's counsel, because this is. I mean, I can't halfway explain this. He's wondering. This guy, his brother is wondering. Salakia, I'm pulling. Okay, no, good. This brother, clearly a brother here. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to show colorism, but it's clearly a brother. He's sitting up with an oppressor. He's there with an oppressor. Bring it back, if you could, Cat of War. He's sitting with an oppressor, wondering why an oppressor is tormenting his daughter. See, that's why we shouldn't marry them. That's why it's against the law to marry any other race other than us, any other race other than Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, because that's confusing. The child is going to come home and say, Daddy, Mommy, they call me a cotton picker. I'm a slave. The daddy's going to say, well, your great grandfathers, they were slaves and they were treated very cruel here in America. The child's gonna be like, by who? And he's going to have to point to his wife and say, by your mother's people. Man, this right here is why the Lord says not to make marriages with them. It's confusion. Now the child has to pick. The child is going to have to pick, well, do I be on the side of my Caucasian mother who's the oppressor, or do I be on the side of my oppressed daddy, which anybody can clearly see, like this is her pet, man. This is her spoils of war. He's a concubine, man. He's a concubine sitting up there like a gorilla. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is fascinated with how large and huge he is. You know what I'm saying? She's just she did not, and the only reason why the oppressor gets with, you know, these other nations, it's not because of love. It's not because, oh, I'm so in love. It's to get back at daddy. It's to get back at daddy who cut them off and who won't allow them to live their life. And it's just a rebellious tactic that a stupid daughter or a dumb son would do to piss off their parents, man. Confusion, man. Go ahead, play it again. It's funny, man. I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words.
Continued verbally, but this wasn't happening just to her child.
That our daughter was told that she was going to get one too. That it was.
But she hadn't got one yet.
Hanging from a tree and say that you're my favorite slave.
Since you half and half, their daughter ain't got one yet. They the ones in the making. But the Hispanic girl, she already a cotton picker. She probably got a Hispanic daddy. You know what I'm saying? They probably over there, cooking all the empanadas and, rocking it out. You know what I'm saying? Got all the yuca over there getting it in. and they got to deal with their daughter or their children's getting harassed. Now, when it comes to this couple right here, they're interracial family. And it's funny how the news had to show, look, this is an interracial couple right here. So look, we can all winking at. We can all get along. You know what I'm saying? Showing that they it's an illusion. America is an illusion, just like Commander General Yohana said. It's an illusion to get you to think that you can coexist with this murderer, man. You cannot coexist with this murderer. We're gonna come back and pull this scripture 1 second. Go to John Salakia. Ooh, I want to say it's John 16:2.
It comes to the book of John, chapter 16 and verse 2. They shall put you out of the synagogue.
Now, this is a prophecy. This is a prophecy that was given to us by Christ. These words, when you go to John 16, chapter 16, is Christ speaking to the disciples. And he said, he gave a prophecy. He said, there's going to be a time where black people are going to be put out the synagogues. Meaning, at one point in time, when you went into a synagogue, when you went into a church, when you went into a place to learn about God, there was a black man, Hispanic, Native Indian man there. And they were your priests. They were the ones, they were the righteous ones that you would encounter when you came into the synagogue. When Rome took over Jerusalem, they didn't find Karzais. They didn't find this, the so-called Jewish man in those temples. They were finding us in those temples, man. They were finding black people in those temples, people of color, man. They were finding us in there. And Christ said, there's going to come a time where you're going to be put out the synagogues. Now, when you think about going into a great temple and you think about going into a great church, you don't think about a black man. You think about the Pope is now that, sits on that powerful seat on the head of all churches. You know what I'm saying? No matter what form of Christianity you in, that form of Christianity always respects the Pope. You could come over here to America and shout and run up and down and throw yourself all on the floor, and you'll be a part of an elevation church or some new denominational, whatever you're a part of. They always pay homage to the Pope. They always think the Pope is a figure to be honored. Now you out of the synagogues, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you out. And some Caucasian man, some Spaniard, is sitting in that seat. So we've been put out the synagogues, and that prophecy that Christ gave the disciples, it's come true. So keep going.
Come, they shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service.
And that's happening right now. The ones that's killing us, they thinking it, and they're thinking that they're doing the service. They thinking they're doing the Lord's work, man. They thinking that, hey, God wants them to make sure that the so-called oppressor's boot heel stays on the neck of the oppressed, of the poor. That's why that's why the rich of this society can be so evil and conniving and money hungry and stingy, and then turn around and thank God. Like Donald Trump, he's such a racist piece of garbage, and he'll say, well, don't let the Hispanics in the border because they're rapists and murderers, when really he's the murderer, allowing 3,000 Hispanics to die when that Trump Towers was being built and didn't compensate none of the families. He's the real murderer. But he'll say that the Hispanics are full of murderers and, rapists and murderers. And then he'll turn around and you'll see him in some kind of church, and they'll be praying all over him like he's anointed of God or something. You understand? Like the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's the deceiver. He's the liar. He's the blasphemer that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? Keep going.
This is the book of John, chapter 16, verse 2. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me.
They have not known the Father or Christ. You understand? That's what's in the mind of the oppressor. That's why it's in his mind to kill us, lynch us, do all these brutal things to us, because it's not he doesn't know the Most High or Christ. You understand? You can drop that now. Proverbs.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
And that's the attitude of the oppressor as well. The oppressor is training up his children in the way they should go. And that's why the children are coming out now with the hate for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Just like the little boy said at Walmart, baseball or Black History Month. Black baseball, what you talking about? Baseball. Ain't no Black History Month over here. And the daddy was in the back smiling. If you can see it, hold on, I can't out of war. Let me see if I can send you a better one, man. I gotta send you this one.
And Salak, if I could add on.
Go ahead.
Right, I don't get on the game too often. The video game, like the PlayStation, they got this game called Call of Duty, right?
Right.
And if you ever get on there and you basically whip some tail, you know what I mean? Them little Edomite little boys of European descent, man, they drop all kind of N-bombs.
Really?
As soon as you start killing them, you know they like 9 years old.
Right.
They just dropping an N-bomb after N-bomb
Oh,
after
they-
N-bomb. Like, damn, you learned that from?
Yeah. They sitting up there calling you a nigga. Basically, that's what they up there. They might as well. That's what they say that he's up there calling the little kids is calling you a nigga. That's what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the first time I've heard that. That's why I can't jump on that Call of Duty. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I don't know if I can do that. So yeah. So you see that? You see this one, the one that you just got. Let's see if that one goes. I know it has a little reactions to it as well, but we're gonna see. We're gonna get that one. See if that's a better one to show you. Because this is ridiculous, man. I just want to know how this black man is going to explain this to his child. I want to know how this black man is going to explain this to his child when the child is the one, you know what I'm saying? When the child is going to be confused by, you know, who they dealing with. Well, it's your mother's people who did all this cruel, you know, even if they say, well, it was mean white people who did it. The child is going to automatically make that connection with, you know, hey, if you say white people, my mother looks like them. So really, what does my, you know, it's gonna be hell in that house trying to, and for him to be, you know, with that oppressor is mind blowing to me, because they're an older couple. Like, oh man, this is self-hate 101. He hated himself so much he had to go, you know, get an oppressor. He had to cleave to the oppressor. Go ahead.
Black History Month or baseball?
Baseball.
Baseball over Black History Month?
Yeah, that's the daddy in the background.
Why are you choosing that? What about black people?
Because I don't like black people.
Oh, wait. He walking up now.
Damn, bro, it's Black History Month, bro.
Well, it's not my fault. God told me to say that.
That's it. The boom.
Black History Month
Play it again. Yeah, let it go.
or baseball?
Baseball.
Baseball over Black History Month?
Baseball.
Why are you choosing that? What about black people?
Because I don't like black people.
Damn, bro, it's Black History Month, bro.
Well, it's not my fault. God told me to. God told me to. God told me to say that. God say that. Told me to say that. Oh, God told me to say that. My fault. God told me to say that. My fault. God told me to say that. My fault. God told me to say that. It's not my fault. God told me to say that. Well, it's not my fault. God told me to say that. Well, it's not my fault. God told me to say that. Well, it's not my fault. God told me to say that. Well, it's not my fault. God told me to say that. It's not my fault. God told me to say that.
It's not my fault. God told me to say that. Now, who you think taught him that God told him to say he don't like black people? Man, The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. If you don't stop, if you don't see it out of the mouth of a babe, you understand? And what's so bad about it is that people all the time try to tell us all the time that not all Caucasian people are bad. That, it's some good ones out here. Well, this is showing us that there are no good ones out here, because this is how white society is raising up their children. That's how they get raised up. You think he's the only one with parents that's telling him to hate black people and that God wants him to hate black people? Think he's the only one? Oh, hell no, he's not the only one. He is speaking, that little boy is speaking for the majority of white society, how they are raised. He's speaking for the majority of it. Because what is America? Ain't America baseball? Like, what part of America can you go to that the Americans there don't prefer a hot dog in baseball? You go to San Francisco, and that's where that other story took place. Was California, Northern California. You go to California and you try to take away baseball. Take away baseball out of PE, and you see what kind of you'll be what they call it. You'll be unpatriotic. You won't be patriotic if you try to take away baseball from America. Yeah, that's America. That's America 101 right there. Hot dog and baseball. Hot dogs, hamburgers, 4th of July, and baseball. Baseball, hot dogs, and hamburgers, hunting, the 4th of July, President's Day, Memorial's Day, Veterans Day, and baseball. You understand? Blueberry pie. Blueberry pie, baseball, hot dogs and hamburgers, 4th of July, President's Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and baseball. Is there any more? You got to end it with baseball, because that's American society right there. You understand? That's what America is built off of. That's America's pastime is baseball. So you think along with teaching him America's pastime, and it's this doesn't have to necessarily be equivalent to the South, because that's up north. Hey, look, it's worse. Up north, you try to tell some New York, some Yankee, they didn't call them Yankees. You try to tell some Yankee that you put them stripes away, put them stripes of the New York Yankees away, and he'll shoot you. he'll have something to say about you, and you tell them to put the Boston Red Sox. You know what I'm saying? You try to take the Red Sox away from Boston, and you will have a riot. They'll burn Boston down. You understand? Hey, that's America right there. So they are teaching their children to hate black people, and they're not only teaching them to hate black people, they're teaching them that God wants them to hate black people. Who else did that? Who that remind you of, Chaotic War? Think about it. God hating black people and God. Who did that?
So like the Ku Klux Klan.
Damn right. Clap it up for you, brother. The Ku Klux Klan was built off of being Christian, but also knowing that God wanted the Caucasian race, the Aryan race, to be superior, and they were going to oppress. They kept they kept blacks, Hispanics, and the Jews in line, and it was mainly blacks and Hispanics. So we ain't gonna even talk about how many times the KKK done burned crosses in a so-called Jew's yard. Because I never seen a Jew come out and say the KKK scared us and they came and burnt crosses in our yard. Nah, man, that was the KKK excuse. They wanted to oppress black people. They wanted to make sure that the nigger stayed in his position, in his space, in his place, which was looking down at them, making sure that they was serving them in every capacity, making sure that they was picking the cotton, doing the work, doing the hard, strenuous work, while white society got to reap the benefits, man. So that's what the Ku Klux, and the Ku Klux Klan, they all were Baptist people. Some of them Baptist ministers, man. And you Baptist Christians, shame on you for taking on the exact religion of the oppressor. I mean, you could be a Christian and still try to separate themselves by denomination. But if you Baptist and you black and you a Baptist Christian, shame on you. You the lowest of the low. You're the lowest of the low. You might as well be handing the Ku Klux Klan members, they holding their sheets at the door when as they pick them up and roll out and get on their horses so they can go terrorize black people. You might as well be holding the cloaks of those Ku Klux Klan members as they walk out the door to go burn down somebody's home or go bomb some church, some black person's church, or burn a cross in some black man's yard. You might as well be the one holding the cloaks, man. If you Baptist and you a Christian here in America, you Uncle Tom's uncle. You understand? You the Uncle Tom of Uncle Toms. You the main Uncle Tom. So now, go to Ezra's 8 and 85. Ezra's 8 and 85. All right. We're going to get Ezra's 8 and 85. Gonna pull out some more scriptures on it, man.
This is the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 85 or 84. Therefore, now shall ye not join your daughters unto their sons, neither shall ye take their daughters unto your sons.
Meaning you can't marry people of other races, man. You can't take your royal blood and mingle it with the dogs, man. You can't take your royal lineage, which is all the way back Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You can't take your royal lineage now and go, fall in love with Andy, some Caucasian, dog that is beneath you. You can't do that. It's against the law for you to do that. It's against God's law for you to marry outside of your nation. And the nation of Israel includes blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Go ahead.
Verse 85. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them.
Meaning not necessarily waging war with them, because the Bible says, "As vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." But peace with the oppressor shouldn't concern you. It should concern blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, where we live side by side with the oppressor. Like it's so important right now for America to push everybody living side by side in this melting pot. They'll let the Jewish man have his own community. They'll let Moab and Ammon, which is the Chinese and Japanese, they'll let them have their own communities. But if you talk about a black person, black and Hispanic forming communities on their own, oh, it's no loitering then. Oh, it's no, don't let them get grouped. It's against Section Code B12 dash, 87 dash A, B, C, D, and E for black people to form communities. Like they'll come gentrify you like they did Seneca Village. You understand? Like they doing High Point, North Carolina right now, which is full of niggas. You understand? Full of niggas in High Point. They gentrifying High Point, man. They gentrifying East Winston. Look it up. You can K out of war. Guess what I saw in East Winston a couple of days ago? I saw a white man jogging down the road in East Winston. If you ever know what East Winston is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you know that the east side of Winston-Salem, North Carolina is like Hidden Valley in Charlotte. You understand? It's like Hidden Valley in Charlotte, man. And you don't see Caucasian people in East Winston. You definitely won't see them in running shorts and running shoes running up and down the street like no one is there to kill them. You understand? Like it's their street. That doesn't until a couple of days ago. So now you know what's finna happen to East Winston. East Winston, in a minute, all them projects, Boston projects and Piedmont Circle and all those projects, they finna get torn down, man. Them people gonna have to get out of there. Cause the oppressor society is gonna want that land. They're gonna want that land to build their condos on. And it's right near downtown and walking distance of downtown. Oh yeah, you coming off up that. You coming off that. That's why we should never seek to have peace with them. You understand? It's a society that is impossible to live with. If you're not, it's impossible for them to live amongst each other. You understand? Like and I heard another officer in the school bring it out yesterday, where the so-called oppressor, if he's not waging war, if he's not killing something, he's bored. He is life has no meaning unless he's killing something, bombing something. Even if you look at those CIA reports that America released, 50 years after they done, forwarded, after they done been the spearheaded some scandal, where they'll say, well, if this place ain't warring with somebody, if we ain't waging war in this part of the country, then we'll find a resource. We'll find out what resources. Why are we not bombing this place? You know what I'm saying? They did that. They doing that to Chile and Peru and them now because they done found major oil caches in South America. Now that's America is destabilizing their government, and that's why the drug cartels and El Chapo and them is running roughshod through all of South America and all up in Mexico, is because they destabilizing the whole area so they can go in there and get oil. They found major oil caches in Honduras and all over there in Chile and all that parts of the world. So now they trying to get those resources, and of course, that's places they ain't since Bogota and since that war they just been chilling. Now America is destabilizing that part of the world as well, so they can go get their resources. You understand? Like Syria. Syria wasn't bothering nobody, but soon as America had beef with Russia and all that scandal started happening, they go bomb Syria. Now, America has a thirst for blood that's unquenchable. It's unquenchable. and that's going to be America's end as well. You understand? They fighting everywhere, bombing everything, every stitch of land that they can find to try to, wreak havoc on. They finding it, and they doing just that. So keep going.
Comes book of 1 Ezra chapter 8 verse 85. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong.
That what?
That ye may be strong.
And that's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are so weak now. We have no protection. We have no military, no government. You understand? Like, if you come in a black neighborhood and you shoot up all the black people in the neighborhood, what we gonna do? Dial 911. We're gonna dial another nation to come and protect us. However, if you go in Moab, if you can find them, because I've never seen, probably in these big, if you go into Chinatown in one of these big cities and you start shooting up Chinatown, you understand, the Chinese government is going to have a problem with that. You understand?
Like brother made a comment. He says, referring to the U.S., he says, they bombed Japan, invaded Iraq, but wanted to condemn Russia.
Right. Right. They bombed Japan, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki, and bombed Iraq. I heard that, man, look here. Let me tell you something. Them mass destruction, they was looking for weapons of mass destruction. I heard they was following one of those Iraqi operatives or ops or whatever, and they dropped 22 bombs in one spot to kill this one man. 22 bombs in one spot. They changed the geographical landscape. Now it's like a big crater just to get one man. But they want to condemn Russia for taking back their own land. Ukraine that was a part of the Soviet Union. You understand? Like they trying to condemn you, trying to condemn Russia for taking back what's theirs. America, man, look, like I said, if America ain't fighting with somebody, if there's peace, America would be very bored. They would have to create a war somewhere. So keep going.
And eat the good things of the land, and that ye may leave the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore.
Right. And we don't leave no inheritance for our children because we weak, and all the other nations see it. That's why they come in our neighborhoods. They set up shop in our neighborhoods and they feed. It's like another leech. Just imagine I'm gonna give you a prime example. You seen one of these vampire movies where they capture a person and they put them in the dungeon and all they do is come feed off the person? The person can't never get, no strength in them before another vampire come and feed off of them. They just laying there, just barely surviving, barely living. That's black people here in America, barely living, but they got 6-7 leeches on them, sucking the blood, sucking the lifeline out of them, just like in one of those vampire movies, man. That's what's happening to us in America. We barely making it by, barely surviving, barely breathing. But we got 2-3 people, 2-3 nations sucking all the resources out of the neighborhood. You understand? Making it so where you have to go to another nation to do anything. To do anything, man. That's why we need to separate ourselves from this society. You understand? Don't be allowing our children to marry, our daughters to marry their sons. Don't be giving our daughters to their sons. Don't be allowing our sons to get with their daughters, man. You can definitely teach your children who to marry. You teach your children who to marry anyway. Every stingy black woman out in America is training up they little girls to only marry men with money. That's what every daughter is growing up here in America thinking, oh, I'm gonna marry me, my knight in shining armor gonna be a millionaire. He gonna drive a Rolls Royce. He gonna have 2 Rolls Royces. He gonna make over 6 figures a year. He gonna be 6'1". He gonna have all. He gonna have all the muscles gonna be bulging out. He gonna have a flat stomach. He gonna have his shoe size at least gonna be a 12 and a half. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. They don't say he gonna be black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. They don't say that though. No, that ain't part of the list. We training our children who to marry already. So don't say I can't tell my child who to fall in love with. Or you training, especially if it's a girl, you training that little girl who to fall in love with every time, as she gets older, you definitely training her. You understand? Is that it on that? Yeah. All right. So now we want to go to Isaiah 5:13.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
And we've gone into captivity because we have no knowledge, man. Meaning, what knowledge? It's the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments. That's our wisdom. That's what we're supposed to be paying attention to. That's what we're supposed to be living our lives by. That's what we're supposed to be governing our lives by. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be examining ourselves by these scriptures. But we going into captivity because we don't have any knowledge. We don't have any knowledge to tell our daughters, look, you can't marry outside of your race. You can't marry outside of your race. You do see color. God sees color. I ain't never seen so many women in my life talking about they don't see color. You don't see color? So that's not pink, it's peach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not pink, it's peach. It's not purple, it's lavender. Man, it's purple. It's purple. That's pink. You understand? That's yellow. No, it's golden hue. How you know all these colors, but you don't see color though? You know what I'm saying? Come on with it.
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge,
and
their honorable men are famished.
Our honorable men, well, what's supposed to be our honorable men? They famished. They just look at a man that's famished. He's weak because he don't have any food. He's not being fed, so he's weak. He starts to lose weight because he haven't been fed. That's LeBron James. That's Al Sharpton. That's what you do that play Creed. Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? They all famished. Supposed to be leaders. Supposed to have a voice. That's the Nick Cannons. That's your Kyrie Irvings. Is it true Kyrie Irving put fringes on the shoes? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's true or not, man. I refuse to believe that the NBA let the dude come out with fringes on his shoes. It's got to be a GMS thing. It's got to be a GMS Photoshop. Salakia. But we don't have any knowledge, man. Come on, keep going.
And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Verse 14. Therefore, hell hath enlarged herself.
Hell has gotten bigger. Hell has expanded itself. Meaning, look, because we don't have no knowledge where it wasn't hell in. Let me make it live. Let me see how I can put it. You see the new highway they building? The new highway they building in Winston. They bypassed the 73. Okay. You remember all that was just woods at one point. Now, because of the highway is being built, it's going to be houses, businesses. It's going to be other areas where the oppression of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is going to expand to. Hell is enlarging herself. Where there was a time where Hidden Valley wasn't there. It was just an open space. Now they put the projects there. Hidden Valley is another hellhole where people's got to stay on top of each other and suffer in the ghetto. Hell is enlarging herself. You understand? You remember when if you just think about your neighborhood and where you go and how you travel, you remember certain buildings, certain things wasn't there, like churches. When churches used to pop up everywhere. You understand? Hell is enlarging herself. This place is hell. Where is it? Where is it not hell on earth? In the woods. Away from civilization, away from this society. That's where it's not hell. But hell is enlarging herself. You understand? Hell is getting bigger and bigger. The cities are expanding, branching out. Construction is going on. Hell is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You gonna see now, chaotic war, as years from now. You're going to start to see areas where project houses start to build by those new highways. Ghettos are going to start to pop up by those new highways. The new highways is getting built that's going all over America where it once was nothing was there. The highway comes through, brings businesses, brings houses, brings communities. It's also going to bring ghettos. It's also going to bring homelessness. It's also going to bring despair. It's also going to bring, a famine, lack of resources. It's going to bring all of that. Hell is expanding herself. Go ahead.
And open her mouth without measure.
And is opening her mouth without measure, man. The influence of the oppressor is going out all over everywhere. That idea that you can have a democracy is flooding the earth. Keep going.
And open her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
And that pomp, meaning all that flashy, flitty, witty, you know what I'm saying? The pomp is like pomp and circumstance. You know what I'm saying? The fanciness of this place, all the amenities and everything you can think of it's like Vegas. You know what I'm saying? You could go fulfill all your lustful demons in Vegas, but also too, you got under the bridge 20, 30 people living homeless under the bridge. You got whole streets in Vegas that's just full of people parked, broke down broke down campers and tents and just come to Vegas thinking they're gonna hit it big, and we lose their whole life, lose the whole house, the mortgage and everything get lost in Vegas. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And the mean man shall be brought down.
And the what?
The mean man.
The mean man. Now we're talking. That mean man hell is enlarging herself, and that mean man is finna be brought down. We're gonna find out that it's a man on this earth that's been utterly mean to everyone. He's gonna be revealed, and it's gonna cause everyone to be like, yo, this is what's been going on all this time. And it's gonna be very, very clear who this man is. It's gonna be very, very clear what his identity is, and it's gonna be very clear of what all he's been doing to the Lord's people for these, hundreds of thousands of years that we've been in this captivity. It's gonna be real apparent. You understand? Is that it?
And the mighty man shall be humbled.
And the mighty man, he gonna be humbled, man. Because this oppressor is gonna figure out no matter how strong you are, you gonna still be able to be brought down. The Most High is even though you mighty, the Most High is way more mightier than you. The so-called oppressor is going to realize that he's in a battle that he can't win. You understand? Right now, he doing everything. He ballistics, missiles, making all kind of guns and weapons. But in a minute, he gonna figure out, yo, it's a battle I can't win. So with that, clap it up. We're gonna end the class right here. Turn it over to Priest and Officer K out of War to read the announcements.
Isupk security announcement. We got an Isupk under Commander General Yohana started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Thurs, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, which is pronounced Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation.
Upcoming Holy Convocation is first, we have the Feast of Purim. It's the 14th and 15th day of the 12th month. It's going to be Sunday, March 5th and Monday, March 6th. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in their respective zones is going to be observing it in their respective zones. So you have Charlotte here in Charlotte, where the Kannapolis School is in Charlotte and the surrounding areas. Then you have the Durham School. You have the Fayetteville School, and you have the Goldsboro School. All right. So everybody's going to observe the Feast of Purim in their own zones. Whichever one you fall yourself close to, you can just drop it on in and celebrate the Feast of Purim with us, all Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians only. All right. Then you have the 54th annual Passover, the Lord's annual Passover. You understand? Oh, Salakia, that the Feast of Purim, you can find that in Esther chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. Salakia. But after that, we have the Lord's annual Passover, the 54th Lord's annual Passover. It's going to be April 1st at the Raleigh Convention Center, 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's going to be all kinds of activities going on during the Passover. Start with Wednesday, March the 29th, with the lamb slaughter. You understand? Thursday, March 30th, is going to be the all-black party. Friday, March 31st, is going to be the scripture breakdown with General Muhammad. And then after the scripture breakdown class, we got a live jazz performance by the Reggie Bowie Project. You understand? They'll be performing after the scripture breakdown class. And then April 1st is the Passover. Yeah, there'll be shuttle buses, to and from each of these events. You understand? Passover is April 1st. And Sunday, April 2nd, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? So you got a whole, almost a week of events. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of events that's going to be, just amazing. You know what I'm saying? And Thursday, you have the black party, but you have the kids party as well. You know what I'm saying? Even the grown-ups can come out and check out the kids party that's going on Thursday, while the black party going on. You got the kids party going on as well. And then, everything ending with Sunday with the Feast of Unleavened Bread, April 2nd. You want to get more information on the Passover, you can contact area code 919-766-1318. That's area code 919-766-1318. All right.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Ahmadiyam, which means everybody stand in the Hebrew. One Payah Hakudam, which means everybody turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak Wufka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arapaza, Kawah, Hayah, Bashamayim, the Thunder now, the Khan, Kad, Yawam, Basalat now, Kabawaf now, Kasalat now, Kabawaf now, Wala'ah, Dabyah now, Banasaya 1, Abal, Abashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'atapara, La'ai Walamya, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
It's a prayer for the power. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua. Baba Kushah. The Thunder now. Hakak. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makala. The Kal Madawa. Hakak. La Tahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. La Hakuyom. Hamathim. Hakak. Rakawa. Hatama Allah. La Garashan. Bashim Yahushua. The Wada Aman.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it.
Prayer for the blessing. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapyim, Ha Soranyim, Ha Kwatazayoyim, Ha Koyoyoyim, Wa Ha Kwakim, Yahweh, Wa Hashem Yahushua, the Wada Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. The prayer for the curses. Bless you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth. Salaki, in all things living. Oh, okay. Let me start again. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and
King
earth.
of heaven and earth.
And all things
And all
living.
things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and
Send
curses.
evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against
that
us.
speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and
Send
curses.
evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasures of the rich.
Treasures of the rich.
Of Israel.
That
refuse to give to the school.
Give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it.
Saw, which means to turn. Sissy Yashab, which means to be seated. Man of Israel saw. Man of Israel give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Man of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yabshukta. Saw, sisters, Amadi, which means stand. Man of Israel give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Man of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Shemal, Thah Bashem Yabshah. Yah Yamatah, class dismissed.